So hi guys, welcome to the first episode of the 0304 database, which was made by the mad scientist. You should be joining just after his live Twitch stream. I hope you enjoyed that. But for this episode, we're basically just going to briefly go over maybe what he's already done, because this is obviously pre-recorded. But we're basically going to look at the main thing which I think you guys will be looking at in this database, and that is looking at the wide array of players that are in this game. Obviously, if you remember the 03-04 season, it was the year that Arsenal won the Premier League, the Invincible year, and we also topped that by winning the league at White Hart Lane. So you can't do too much better than that. But yeah, I'm quickly going to briefly go through the players that are available in the game. Obviously, if you go back to those years, you've got in the Arsenal squad, you've got Thierry Henry, you've got Patrick Vieira. But if you go outside of that, you've got so many youngsters. Lionel Messi is on this game, 16 years of age. Unfortunately, he will not join me. But I'm quickly going to go through some of the other players that are in this game. Obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo is an 18-year-old at Man United. Again, I can't bid enough for him. I'll bid 30 million, but he won't come. Who else? We've got JJ Okocha, Bolton, obviously related to Alex Iwobi of Arsenal already. Who else we've got in here? Robinho when he was a youngster before he turned into a rebel. Carlos Tevez as a youngster, 19 years old at Boca Juniors. Didier Drogba. Again, I bidded for him, but one of the things that I've found in this is that because, it's an FM19 problem really, but basically once a player has signed a new contract or has just joined a club, no matter who you are, even if you're Real Madrid and you go in for these players, they're still going to say no to you, which is really frustrating. So a lot of the players that we've not been able to get have been because of that reason, and then obviously the work permit issue has been an issue as well. But obviously this is Drogba at Marseille before he joins Chelsea. I believe I put in a bid for about 11 million and couldn't get him in, but there's so many players in this game. Michael Essien again before he went to Chelsea at Lyon, but I couldn't afford him. 25 million offered for him and they said no. You got Patrice Evra as well at Monaco. All these great players before they've gone on to big things. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, we did have a bid of 20 million accepted for him, but we ran out of money, unfortunately, which I will go through in a second. But 21 years old at Ajax. So many good players in this database. Now I can honestly say that thanks to Mad Scientist, I have had this database for quite a while. And to be honest, I've not really played any games with it because I've literally spent hours and hours and hours just searching through this massive database, which must have taken him ages. So congratulations to you, buddy. Excellent work. But there's so many great players that I remember buying when I had a Champ Man or Footy Man back in that era, which I've tried to bring into this game as well, but there's so many good players. Paul Gascoigne, he's at Al Jazeera, but I nearly signed him as well, just for laughs. One player that I wanted to sign, but unfortunately I set initially David Dein, because David Dein is a legend of the club. He's back at the club. I set him to be my negotiator, and unfortunately my original influx of players that I tried to sign, he didn't agree wages with them, so I ended up losing out on this little gem, Unai Emery from Lorca. Don't know where Lorca is, but unfortunately we couldn't sign our current manager, which would have been interesting. You know what, I might even put in another offer, cheeky offer, see if we can, don't want to cancel that, see if we can get him. It'd be really interesting if we can get Unai Emery in. Another player that I tried getting, Cherno Samba, but unfortunately he was one of those that had just signed a new contract, or just joined his club, so he wouldn't agree my wage terms. Actually, was that because of that? Or maybe this was a David Dein issue. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put another offer in anyway, because we've got a little bit of money left, 8.73 million. So I'm going to quickly show you our transfer history, guys, because there have been a lot of signings, and I do advise when you get this database, make sure you spend as much time as possible searching for all the old gems that used to be in the game, also all the youngsters that were getting to their peak now or just about to retire or just have retired. All them players are young in this game. And I'm going to show you my transfer history. And before we start, I'm going to go through the transfers out first. So Rami Shaban, if you don't remember him, young goalkeeper, Swedish, didn't really play much for Arsenal. A lot of promise for him though, but we sent him out on loan to Bolton. Ali Adair has gone on loan to Marseille. This is a player that I absolutely love. Pace 17, finishing 18. And if he was coming through in another era, he might have been a first choice player. But I think his confidence lacked a little bit. He got knocked back, and then he had a couple of bad loan periods, and then his career just went downhill from there. But that was unfortunate. David Bentley, everyone knows about him as well. He's still in our youth sides. Yeah, he looks pretty good, but he's gone on loan to Walsall. Pascal Segan, finally got rid of him. I didn't need to play him. To be fair, he's got good heading. His tackling's not bad. Not the fastest, but he's not got bad stats, but he just weren't a great player for Arsenal, so I didn't want to keep him in. Jerome Thomas gone on loan. Pennant has gone on loan to Charlton. Again, he's got some pretty good stats there. Acceleration 17. Dribbling and crossing 17 as well. Stuart Taylor, we sent him out on loan. He's still popping up. I think he might still be at Man City, to be fair. He's like, must be in his 40s now, but always had a bit of promise, but was never a first choice goalkeeper. And Per Mertesacker, we've actually signed him. Looks the same, obviously. But yeah, 18 years old, Mertesacker. Still hasn't got the pace, but not too bad. We brought him in for... Let's have a look at that. 7.5 million. So I think I got ripped off, to be honest. And Edu, we've let him go to Southampton. Now, I didn't really want to let him go, but Real Madrid put in a 5 million offer. I didn't accept it. And he got unhappy and he wanted to leave. So I thought, you know what? If you don't want to be here, you can go. You got good stats, but I've got plenty of other youngsters I'm going to bring in. So you can go. So we've let Edu leave for 14 million. Now for the players in, and there's, as you can see, there's been a lot of activity. We'll start off with the first three, which are already set up on the game already. Cesc Fabregas coming in on a free transfer. Not there yet, but obviously great player. Philip Senderos, he's going to be a good player. Potential 4.5 star. And Jens Lehmann from Borussia Dortmund as well. So he's going to be a quality goalkeeper. But these were already set up before I started the save. Obviously, that was the season when they came and joined us. Now, the players that we have signed, we've got a young Sami Khedira, 16 years old. To be fair, I don't know if any of these guys are going to turn out to be as good as they are in real life or have been. But it'd just be interesting to see what happens. We've got Nani as well, 275,000. See here, he's only a potential 2 star, so I could be wasting some money here, but you never know. Kim Kallstrom, obviously a big FM legend. Look at these stats, only 20 years old. He's going to be good, and obviously he can fill the void left by Edu. Anton Ferdinand from West Ham. I always used to sign this player at West Ham. He didn't really ever develop, really, did he? He didn't really turn into a big player. Yo Martinho, 16 years old. He's got good stats. 700,000. How much was it? Sorry, 1.3 million. So you never know. There, Johan Gurkuf. He was a player that Wenger really liked and wanted to bring in, but it never came around. He has got good stats. Only 17 as well, so plenty of chance to develop there. Arsenal legend. One thing I wanted to do is I wanted to try and get as many ex-Arsenal players in as possible. Now, there's not as many as I wanted because, again, the issue with them being at new clubs, rejecting the contract, either rejecting the wage that was offered by David Dean. But Lucas Podolski was one that came in, 18 years old. He's already got 16 for finishing. I can't wait to see how he develops. And that's going to be one of the good things, to see if these players can turn out as good as they were in real life. Ian Hart is another player brought in. Older player, but I always used to sign him on the Champ Man. Absolute legend. Very good at free kicks. 25 years old. And obviously he was part of that Leeds side that pushed in the early noughties. Very good player. Now this player, it was one that I absolutely loved. I always signed him. He's not got massive potential on this game, but he was a quality player. Kennedy Bekasi, always signed him. And he started off pretty well. He's got a goal, man of the match award in pre-season already. So that's promising. Javier Mascherano. he has got very good stats. 19 years old, defensive mid. Again, can fill the void left by Edu. But look at these: 19 determination, 19 bravery, vision 16, tackling, passing 15. Very, very good player. Looking forward to seeing him develop as well. Liverpool legend Daniel Agger. We've brought him in. He can play left back, centre back. Not the greatest of stats, but we'll see what happens with him. He has got the potential to be 3.5 star. Who else we got in there? Per Mertesacker, Peter Cech. I had to get a Peter Cech in. It was between him, Julio Cesar, Isaacson, or there was someone else. I can't remember who it was. But I ended up going for Peter Cech. 12 million he cost us. But if he's anything like he was in real life, he's going to be our main goalkeeper for many years to come. We've also got Gerard Piqué, 10 million, but he's only 16 years old. So again, I think I might have been ripped off a little bit here, but he has got the potential of being a 5-star player. Stats aren't that good yet, but hopefully he will develop. Dimitri Payet from that famous Le Havre side. Obviously, that's been played with what was it? Chosen Pessimist. That's the one. Sorry, Ben. Forgot your handle there, but he's played a lot with Le Havre, so he will know about the budding youth system there. And Dimitri Payet was one of those. He's got very good stats. Already started training quite well. He's only got a 2-star potential there, but hopefully we can change that. Jesus Navas, another player coming in. Winger. Can play right back as well if we need, but he's not really got the stats for that, but he could potentially be good. Oliver Capo, again, 22 years old. He's got some fantastic stats. So again, he can fill that void by Edu leaving, and only 5.5 million as well, so pretty much a bargain there. We've got a young Leighton Baines from Wigan, 18 years old, so hopefully he will develop well, just like he did in real life. And then our final signing, reuniting him with his brother Kolo Touré, is Yaya. And a few clubs did want him on loan, but I've decided to keep him. He's got excellent potential. He needs to work on his passing, but he has got some very, very good stats, so it's going to be interesting to see how them guys get on. So I'll quickly go through the squad. Obviously, we've seen some of the players already, but if you don't remember these players from 03-04, you've got Sol Campbell, absolutely legend. Look at that, 20 for tackling. Who else we got here? Martin Keown. We did have his testimonial. Unfortunately, that was our, I think, our only defeat in pre-season in that game. But he's got some awesome stats there. Ashley Cole, or Cashley Hull, as most Arsenal fans know him. Who else we got here? Patrick Vieira. Look at that. Look at this beast. Determination, he's 4.5 star already, 27 years old. He's in his peak. Gilberto Ray Parlour, this was one of my favourite players. Ray Parlour, and this is one of the many reasons why I listen to TalkSport as well. All the lovely stories he's got about back in the day. What a legend. Freddie Ljungberg, superstar, finishing 17. Always seemed to turn up for the Man U games. He enjoyed those. Robert Perez as well. Absolute legend. He's got some amazing stats. 4-star there. Dennis Bergkamp. Oh, look at all these players, man. This is more the latter stage of his career. 34 years old, Dennis Bergkamp in this season. Juanmo Cano, 27. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Will Tours pretty good as well. So we got, I think, from the players that we got, it'd be interesting to see how the young players develop, and we're also going to see as well, potentially in January, if we get a bit more money. Thierry Henry, only a 4-star. Bit surprised about that. 25 years old, potential of a 5-star, but his finishing, dribbling, pace is electrifying. So he is quality. And then for the tactics, I've gone to replicate the old 4-4-2 formation. Very direct, very attacking football, and obviously ignore the lineup at the moment because I've just been playing around with it for friendlies, which I will show you now. So this is what we've done pre-season. 4 wins, 1 defeat. Beat Shakhtar 3-2. Omri and Vieira with the goals there. Despite Campbell being sent off. Besiktas, we beat 1-0. Kennedy Bakasioglu with a goal there. We beat Swansea 4-0. Absolutely ripped them apart. Another sending off for us. That's something we might need to be careful of this season. Perez getting sent off early on, but we still managed to win 4-0 against Swansea. We beat Tenerife 3-1. Ljungberg with another couple of goals. And then we lost to a Lee Hendry goal in Keown's testimonial, which is disappointing. But we're going to start off our season against Fulham here. Really looking forward to this game. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly set up our squad to make sure we're ready. I think we only get 7 subs there, so I'm going to have to put Dennis Bergkamp on here for... Who should we take off? Senderos, there we go. I'll bring Bergkamp in for Kanu. I like having my subs set up. So we've got goalkeeper there, midfielder, Patrick Vieira. So Patrick Vieira could come back in for Mascherano. Kim Kallstrom, I'm going to put in for Parler. We've got Capo there. Mascherano, Ashley Cole on for Ian Hart. Keown and Campbell I'll keep there. Lehman. So this is going to be our starting lineup for today's game against Fulham. We've got Lehman in goal. Lauren, Keown, Campbell and Cole. Kallstrom, Vieira. Ljungberg, Kennedy, Bekasi, Bergkamp and Omri. And I just want to quickly show you what we're doing here. So we've got a more direct passing. We're playing quite narrow, but I might change that depending on how well it performs. Direct, higher tempo, run at defence, more expressive, and work ball in the box. And obviously this is standard. Counter press, counter, distribute quickly, and this is standard with the offside trap. So fingers crossed we get a victory in today's game. There you go. So there's the line. Look at this weird formation by Fulham. Van der Sar in goal, Melville, Goma, Zap Knight, Tornelis, Jetu, Davis, Bonicel, Leon Clark or Lee Clark, Mal Brank, and Louis Sahar. Forgot about Louis Sahar. I might have to look at him later on. But as you can see in the background, we'll do our quick team talk. Give the fans something to cheer about. So, because we're playing with the old database, I thought we'd go with the old match setup, and we'll go with a 2D pitch. Ashley Cole on the ball, and we're just working it around nicely. And Lauren with a chance. Lauren wanted to leave us as well. Someone came in with a bid for him. I can't remember who now, but because I rejected it, he got unhappy, wanted to leave. But we haven't got any other right backs in the squad. I did want to get Danny Alves in. I couldn't get him, so he ended up staying. I think Danny Alves I would have had to bid about 20 million. So we'll see what happens as the season progresses. We might go in again for him in the January transfer window. But at the moment, we are drawing 0-0 with Fulham away from home. Louis Zaha's picked up an injury, and we're not really playing that well so far. Half an hour gone now. Lauren on the ball now. Kallstrom picks it up, whips it in. Ljungberg. So we've played really badly all season, all game, and then finally we do that. And we are going to see 3D highlights in this game. Look at that. Kallstrom on the ball, whips in, great pass, and Freddie Ljungberg with the header. I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing there, but it's gone in the back of the net. And we lead 1-0. Surely that's enough to last till half time. Looks like it is. So disappointing performance. But saying that, 66% possession, 13 shots, 6 on target. They've only had 1. And their 2 key players have picked up injuries as well. But it's just the fact that we've not scored as many goals as we should have done. So I'm gonna leave the guys as it is at the moment. Let them see if they can work their magic. You never know. We might get another couple of goals in this game. Ashley Cole. Ljungberg picks up the ball. Can he get another? Kim Kallstrom nearly with a goal in his debut there. That would have been a good start. Bergkamp with a corner. Whips it in. Sol Campbell can't get on the end of it. Bekasi, Van der Sar easily picks up. I'll tell you what, we're going to make a couple of subs because we have been pretty poor. And I might bring on Kanu for Dennis Bergkamp and Ray Parler on for Bekasi. Ray Parler normally plays as a right midfielder, but we're playing as an attacking right winger in today's game. Will it work? Barry Howes is on the pitch. What a legend. I always used to buy Barry Howes as well. Freddie Ljungberg on the ball now. Brings it forward. Omri's on the left-hand side. Cuts inside. Picks it up. Whips it across to Kennedy. And Bekasi with a goal on his debut. And unfortunately, that will be his last contribution to the game because Ray Parler is going to be coming on for him. Let's have another look at that. Ljungberg to Omri. Great pass by Omri there. Bekasi on the volley. What a beautiful finish. And it looks like we're starting off the season with a win. Fulham on the ball now. Clark, Flitchcroft. Can they get a goal back in this game? Cornelisi. Legwinski. Legwinski was a good player as well. Lee Clark, Legwinski, Lee Clark, and the full-time whistle's gone. We've got our first win of the season. And what I'm going to do, guys, in these episodes and going forward in my other videos as well, leave your feedback in the comment section. But I'm only going to be doing the one game per episode, just so it kind of like cuts down the length of the video for you guys to watch. There's so many content creators out there now. I know you guys like to watch all of them, and if there's a long video you don't get the chance to really do that, so I'm going to cut down the videos, and then maybe it will allow me to get some more episodes out as well and spend a bit more time doing that. So that is my reasoning behind that. We've started off the season quite well, 2-0 win. We need to play better football, but clean sheet, we won. That is the most important thing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come back normally do 6 games, so we'll come back for the Man United game away from home. That's what we're going to do. End of September, we're away to Man United. I think that'll be a good time to come back in. What we'll do is when I come back as well, we'll have a look at some other players. If you guys do want to look at any specific players, then leave a comment in the comments section, and I can do a more in-depth review of the players. Obviously there's so many players on this database, so I didn't want to spend hours and hours just showing you them, because that's again something that you're going to want to do when you get this database. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you've liked this video, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new so you can watch all the new content as well, and get downloading that database. See you later, guys.